how much more of a refuge will we have forever?
Amen. Amen.
The 6 days of refuge, for those who refrain from Lashon Hara and from Rechlus, speaks of a 7th-day refuge that this world knows nothing about. And may I add, those who practice Rechlus and those who practice Lashon Hara will never inherit the kingdom of Yahweh, because the word of Yahweh is crystal clear as crystal hamburgers. As it is written in 1 Corinthians 6:9, be not deceived, neither effeminate, neither abominable, and liars will have their part in the Malchut of Yahweh. And when you lie and bear false witness, you know, bearing false witness against a brother or sister in Israel did not qualify you for a city of refuge. It qualified you for a date at the Rolling Stone concert, and the people who would roll the stones at you were your citizens who would roll the stones upside your brain. And all the Israelites would stand around you for bearing false witness. And they would be singing, everybody must get stoned. Bow, bow. Because if you bear false witness in Israel, everybody who bears false witness must get stoned. And those stones were rolling upside your head pretty quickly. If you can't say, oh man, say, oh my goodness. So you talk about there was a capital offense to bear false witness. You better be careful before you speak against another brother or sister in Yahweh. The people that speak against other brothers and sisters in Yahweh, going up and down, what's the difference between Rechlus and Lashon Hara? Lashon Hara comes out of your mouth. Rechlus is a lifestyle of destruction. Leviathan. It's to destroy someone. It's a Leviathan on the prowl in the kingdom, in the camp, and the synagogues of Yahweh. It's a Leviathan spirit. It's not enough to talk and to mock and to destroy the character and the reputation of others. Leviathan also has to show up. So a recluse is a Leviathan behavior that never stops seeking until their mission is accomplished. They'll never stop talking about you until they destroy you before others. That's a Leviathan spirit. Twisting. Twisted serpent, twisting the truth. That's right. Twisting, bearing false witness. Twisting. See that? And Marcel did a wonderful teaching on Leviathan. There it is. You know, a lot of sermons and a lot of messages that leaders teach in the kingdom of Yahweh is based on things they go through. Now, of course, I've been through a lot of these things, but this is not Moshe-centric. I mean, some of the best sermons are birthed in pain and experience, things that we go through. But this is from today's Parsha. I know that in my life, and you know that in your life, you need Yahweh as a refuge. And we just take it for granted that, okay, that because we're born again, we're qualified to receive his refuge. No, you got to live like Yeshua to receive his refuge.
Amen.
You're not a child of Yahweh present in this world or in the body of Yeshua is going to receive his refuge on automatic pilot. You've got to live kadosh and refrain from Lashon Hara and refrain from Rechlus, and then he will be your city of refuge on any day or time that you need him to be your city of refuge. Whether it's a Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, it doesn't matter. You follow me? What haughtiness? You know the haughtiness and the pride and the arrogance of people that think it's on automatic pilot, that because they had some kind of spiritual experience with Jesus 10 years ago, they can go around and say anything and do anything against their brothers and sisters and print any kind of fax and email and get away with it, and in the day of their calamity, that Yahweh will be their refuge. They're deceived. Yahweh will not be their refuge, because the city of refuge was only for those who committed these things by accident. You understand what I'm saying, Ray?
Oh, yeah.
How deceived are these people? Oh, you know, gold is my refuge. Gold, schmode. I don't even care if you know the true name, Yahweh. I'm not impressed. It's even worse.
Nope.
If you destroy your brothers and sisters and you know the true name, how much worse? Bearing false witness is a capital offense in Israel. It's a capital offense. Brothers and sisters, there are 6 Hebrew words that are used to describe, as I mentioned earlier, the word refuge. Write these down, please. You can look it up when you get home in your Strong's Concordance. There are 6 Hebrew words used to describe the word refuge. In English, it's one word. There remains a refuge to the people of Yahweh. Hebrews 4:9, a rest. A 7-day Sabbath rest, which speaks of a heavenly refuge in Yeshua's arms, as opposed to a temporal earthly refuge when Yeshua rescues you and is your refuge on a Monday or a Tuesday, or the 6 days of common creation. The 6 Hebrew words that are used to describe refuge in the Tanakh are the following. Chacha, C-H-A-C-H-A, Chacha, which means to, listen, confide in. Yahweh is our refuge in so much that we are able to what? Tell him things that we're doing, that if we told others our innermost secrets, they would crucify us and hang us upside down. We're able to confide in Yahweh about our behaviors, our sexuality, our thoughts, our actions. All these things we're able to confide in Yahweh. We're not able to confide these things in man. We take refuge in him by confiding in him. The Hebrew word is chacha. The second Hebrew word used for refuge is ma-chache. Ma, all right, write it down. Ma-chache, which means to take shelter. To take shelter. So Yahweh is our refuge. Sometimes we take refuge by confiding in him. Other times we take refuge by what? Taking shelter in Yahweh. And boy, been there, done that. Okay? Been there, done that. When we are oppressed and depressed and oppressed, we are to seek for what? His sukkah, his shelter, and take shelter in the things of Yahweh. How have I survived these last few days, months, weeks? I have replaced the lies and the false reports. I mean, some of this stuff is so wicked, I can't even repeat it. I would like to repeat it, yeah, I can't even repeat it. Because I'd be guilty of things coming out of my mouth.
Amen.
I mean, the stuff is unbelievable.
Amen.
There are clowns on the internet saying that I used to pray for Tehillah to die from cancer. Can you imagine
Can you
that?
believe that, man?
Can you believe
That's
that?
crazy. That's crazy.
I reconciled with this woman. Me and Rivka used to pray for her healing. This is the kind of crap that's out there. Like I said, I don't even want to go there. So how do I survive? Ma-cha-che, I take shelter in the word. I delete the email, and I take shelter in this word. Thy word, O Yahweh, you have exalted even above your name. Come on, somebody.
Okay.
We take shelter in the word. I read Ecclesiastes just the last couple of days. I found minimum 25 confirmations to show me that what I'm teaching right now about Yahweh's kosher marriage, it's right there in the book. I never saw it before. So instead of reading the garbage in the email, I'm reading the book of Ecclesiastes, and what am I doing? I'm taking shelter in Yahweh. I'm taking shelter in Yahweh. So the Hebrew word is what? For shelter? Ma-cha-che. To confide in Yahweh is chacha. The third Hebrew word is the word manoch. Manoch. And manoch is a place of hiding. Oh, a place of hiding. When I was away last week, it's not that I needed time off away from you people. I love you people. I really do. You're my surviving mishpacha, my surviving family. Rivka and I just needed a place of hiding. Just to hide with Yahweh, along with Yahweh at the beach. That's nice. I want you to do that too. Don't do it too often. Y'all come back now here. Darren, put your belly in, man. You look better with your belly.
Oh, okay.
You want a beard, you gotta have a tummy.
Okay.
But you're hiding Yahweh.
That's good.
Some of us have such acute pain and trials in our lives, all of us, in one degree or another, that we've got to learn how to hide in Yahweh.
Yes.
Yes.
And we hide in Yahweh, we close our eyes, we read the word of Yahweh,
Yes.
we tune out and we focus out all the rechlus and all the lashon hara
Yes.
that's taking place, and we just, even if you have a glass of wine, so what? Have a glass of wine, look at the water, speak to your wife, speak sweet nothings, and focus in on Yahweh as your shelter.
Amen.
Yeah, I said wine.
Right.
W-I-N. Be not drunk with wine, but be filled. We can't be filled with wine, we have to be filled with the Ruach.
Amen.
Amen?
Amen.
But as a Hebrew, you have to have a schnapps. There's no such thing as being a Hebrew without a small schnapps. But don't be drunk with schnapps. You understand? That's the difference. If you want to do grape juice, that's fine. There's no condemnation to those who are in Messiah Yeshua. If grape juice is your thing, go for it. No condemnation.
Back it up a little bit.
So, manoch is a place of hiding. The fourth Hebrew word is monah. Monah is a abode or a house of shelter. A getaway. A place to get away. Everyone in this room, if you're going to survive these trials and tribulations of the last day, you have to find a monah, a literal place, an abode of shelter. Whether it's in the Tennessee mountains, whether it's in a log cabin somewhere, you need a place you can go to get away from the mundane activity that surrounds you and the pressures of life. You need a place to get away. Getting away once every 2 years doesn't show that you're a hard-working family man. It shows that you're an idiot.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, there are people, well, praise God. I was faithful to my wife, and I'm faithful to my children. I haven't taken a vacation. I haven't closed the business in 20 years.
That's the problem.
No wonder you're that way. No, find a place. You're broke. How much does it cost to get a fishing rod and 2 worms and stand and go fishing? $2.99? $3.99? Take time for yourself.
Yes.
Find a monah, an abode of shelter where you and Yahweh can do business and you can calm yourself in Yeshua. Number 5, miklat. The fifth Hebrew word for refuge, miklat. The Hebrew word miklat speaks of a safe asylum, a place that is safe in order to renew your mind, a safe asylum. So we have chacha, machache, manoch, monah, miklat, and finally we have the sixth Hebrew word for refuge. So when Yahweh speaks of refuge, he has 6 kinds of refuge for 6 days of the week, for 6,000 years of human history. So Yahweh's refuge is not superficial like a psychiatrist gives you refuge, but Yahweh's refuge is 6 levels deep. 1 for every day of the week, 1 for each of the 1,000 years of humanity, and it's not just a refuge, it is 6 levels deep. Is anyone getting this?
Oh, yeah.
Because Yahweh is deep. Yahweh is intense. When Yahweh wants to give you refuge, he wants to give you full and complete refuge.
Yes, he does.
And it's up to us to take advantage of these different forms of refuge. Now, these different forms, how many different forms of refuge are there? Vincent, how many different forms of refuge? 6. But how many forms of refuge are those for those who run up and down thinking that their ministry is to fix Rabbi Moshe, to fix Vincent, to fix Donna, to fix Darryl, that their ministry is to run around fixing people? How many levels of refuge is available for them?
Not a doggone thing.
Nada de particular, 0. And we say in Hebrew, Ephes. Ephes. And the haughtiness and pride and arrogance of the human heart thinks that I can be Yahweh's personally appointed ambassador to destroy these wolves in sheep's clothing. And you ever notice everybody who doesn't ordain them as a rabbi, or everybody who doesn't lift them up, or everybody who doesn't cower, they're a wolf in sheep's clothing. Well, what makes them a wolf in sheep's clothing? They disagree with me. Huh? Oh, so your wife disagrees with you all the time too. Does that make her a wolf in sheep's clothing?
Uh-oh.